Hi, I'm Nick Crowder, author of The Golden Handoff. Welcome to Golden Handoff Academy. Welcome to part 2. Today I'm going to talk to you about how to find retiring agents. Now this is probably the #1 question I get from adopting agents who are looking to grow their business using the Golden Handoff. How do I find people? I've found someone I want to talk to, but I don't want to offend them because I'm not really sure if they want to retire. Well, today I'm going to give you some tips and some pointers on how to find retiring agents and how to approach them. Because if you don't start the conversation, you're never going to get the business. So #1, if you're at a large brokerage, make sure you talk to your broker or your team leader, basically whoever's in charge of all the HR and all the incoming and outgoing agents. You want to let them know that you are working to adopt databases. You're working to help clients of agents who are retiring. Make sure they have a copy of the book and that you're both up to speed on the principles so they understand that this is really a win-win for not only you and the retiring agent, but also for the brokerage as they help retain more clients inside the brokerage walls. Now, if you're at a large brokerage, your team leader or your broker is going to be the one person who knows the most about all the other agents. They'll know who's thinking about moving out of town, retiring, who's thinking about changing careers. Now, even a very small business, if they have trusting relationships, can be worth a lot of money. And I guarantee you that those agents aren't thinking about selling their business because they probably don't think it has value. But we know much better than that. So talk to the broker. That's the person you want to make sure that anyone who's leaving, they let you know so you can have a conversation and introduce them to the concepts of the Golden Handoff and what it means to sell their business. Also, if you're not at a big brokerage, make sure that you're active in your realtor association in your local community, your MLS. Go meet the other brokers, network, find out who's building their businesses, who's winding down. A sure sign that someone is about to retire is a big agent who all of a sudden is marketing less, has less listings, is taking more vacations. That's someone you definitely want to be talking to because most agents are going to wind down and then they're going to do nothing. They're going to just give up their business. They're going to get no value from all those years of hard work. In addition to realtor organizations, there's a community of realtors. There's a community of agents and brokers in every city all over the world. So make sure you're active in that, whether that's going to your local broker tour, if it's going to charity events. Make sure that you're out and about and you're mixing it up and meeting those people so that you can be in conversation with them when they're ready to retire. In addition to that, make sure you stay in touch. If people are saying that they're thinking of retiring but they're a couple years out or 5 years out, stay in touch with them. Tell them about the success you're having with other agents and taking care of their clients and how much money it's making these other retiring agents. That way when they're ready to retire, you've laid a foundation of trust and you've shown that you're building a successful business and helping a lot of people so that you can help their clients as well. Now I want to tell you kind of what this deal is. Like I said before in part 1, it's a referral agreement, but it's a referral agreement for the entire database. It's for everyone that retiring agent knows. So my deal is a 3-year deal. And in the book and on the website, and as part of Golden Handoff Academy, you're going to get copies again of the contracts, the scripts I use, and marketing materials, which will be updated constantly to be fresh to use in your marketing efforts to build your business. So in the first year, the retiring agent gets a 30% referral fee, 70% goes to the adopting agent. Now the reason that it's front loaded is because of this. At the beginning of every transition, most of the value you get from the business is coming from all the work that the retiring agent has done. So at the beginning, I want them to get more money, they deserve it. Year 2, it's a 20% referral fee. Year 3, it's 10. And after that, I own the business outright. And if you're an adopting agent, you'll own it outright as well. Now, there's not a hard and fast rule about this, but this has worked well for all of the databases and all the retiring agents I've helped. Now, if you feel like someone's going to be much more involved, they're going to help make calls, they're going to stay more active in their marketing efforts, but you're going to handle the transactions, it might make sense to modify this agreement and stretch it out. Again, you can change it however you like. This has worked incredibly well for me and many other people, so if you want to just plug and play, it'll work great for you too. Now the big question I get from people is why not just sell my business outright? Why not find an agent who's doing well and ask them to write a check and I hand them over the database? Well, the real reason is that isn't fair to anyone. You might not get nearly as much money from that deal as you would if you were getting referral fees on all the business that agent was doing. And conversely, it's very hard to predict how successful a transition will be and how valuable a database of clients is until you really get into it and start working it. So I advocate strongly for a referral-based system where it's paid on actual success, not what you think may or may not happen. Now, there are 3 factors that go into predicting the value of a database. The first and most important is how strong is the retiring agent's relationships with their clients? Are they close? Are they really, really loyal? Have they worked with them over and over again? Now, you can tell this by looking at the business and finding out how much of that retiring agent's business is done from repeat and referral clients. The higher that percentage, the stronger their relationships. Now, part 2 of this equation is how is the adopting agent doing? What are their efforts? Are they really working the business? Are they making calls? Are they sending the newsletters? Are they inviting people to client parties? Are they following up and doing a great job with these newly adopted clients? Now, the third thing is something that none of us control, and that's the market. The markets go up, the markets go down. We all know this, and the longer you've been in the business, the more predictable these cycles become. Real estate always moves in cycles. So if you're buying a business in a down cycle, you might not get as much activity and as much benefit from it at that time. But it doesn't mean that if you don't do a good job, that in the future those same clients might be very, very active. I've had that happen multiple times because when I started buying businesses, it was 2012, and that was the bottom of the market. A lot of those people wanted to work with us, but the prices of their homes wasn't right. They had to wait for the market recovery. Once it did, we did a lot of business with those people. The same thing could be true if you're an agent and you're selling your business. If you're selling your business to someone new and the market is at a fever pitch, it might be producing a ton of income. It doesn't mean in the future, if the cycle changes, that it might not go down. So that's why, again, I advocate don't sell outright. Use this model of a referral-based system because it's more fair to both agents. Now, I want you to take this next chapter that I'm going to share with you. It's about how to find adopting agents. And I want you to share it with 10 people whose databases you want to adopt. It's the perfect way to introduce them and get them up to speed on why you are a great candidate to take over their business. Thank you.